So I started my plant-based journey in 2017, and it definitely was something that I did not choose. It chose me for sure. I had no knowledge on what being plant-based was, and I was desperate for a change. So here's my story on how I became plant-based. I had just not too long ago completed my first bodybuilding competition, bikini category in 2016. And it was my first show and I won second place. I had worked really hard. I was disciplined. I was dedicated. I was motivated and I was on a mission. And I was very, very proud of myself for all the work that I had put in and just staying the course. I was around a lot of people who were eating this and that, and I had meals, strategic meals that I was eating every 2 to 3 hours that were helping me get ready for this show. And I stuck with it, even with all the temptations around me. I really learned during that time that I had major discipline. So I did the show, won second place, and I was so proud of myself. I immediately was ready to go back into my second show. But at the time, the coach that I had was like, no, we need you to have a break a little bit. We're going to refeed, get some weight back on you. Then we'll think about prepping for your next show within a few months. And I was cool with that. So I started back gaining weight. Of course, he put me on more protein and I was eating a lot more because I needed to get my weight back up because I was going into a different category. And during that time of refeeding and putting on more muscle mass, I started to notice a lot of symptoms going on in my body that weren't previously going on. I started having a lot of constipation issues, IBS issues. My gas was like a chemical. I never smelled anything, still to this day, that came from a human that bad. And my skin was just constantly breaking out, to include acne on my face and eczema on different areas of my body. It covered my whole torso. I couldn't sleep at night because of the itchiness. I had to be put on antihistamines and steroid creams. My constipation was so bad, it created hemorrhoids, it created fissures, to the point that I cried to go when I went to the bathroom. Number two, I would cry because it was excruciating pain. And it took me one day, I got up, I had looked at my stomach. My stomach was literally the color black, literally black, like black. My stomach was literally black, like my whole torso was black from the discoloration of the eczema. And I was just so disgusted, like, what is wrong? And that day I had to go to the bathroom, and once again, it was excruciating. I'm crying. And I happened to turn around and look in the toilet after I had finished, and there was blood covering the bowl. And I was just done. I didn't know what to do. I really just cried out to God at that moment, like, God, I don't know what's going on with me. I'm scared. This is just, something's not right. And I knew that if I had went to the doctor during that time, that it was not going to be a good diagnosis for me. So I was feeling low. I went into my daughter's room, my middle child. I don't know how old she was. I'll say around 13 at the time. And I was just like, I wanted to be near someone that I loved, because I really felt like something serious was going on with me. And I asked her, did she want to watch a movie? And we flipped through and we came across the documentary, What the Health. And I was into health because I was into the bodybuilding world. So it was intriguing for me. So I watched it. And what resonated with me so much about What the Health is that a lot of that documentary was based out of North Carolina, which is where I'm originally from. And for me, that was like a red flag. That was a sign to me. That was a message from God to me, telling me that the meat, all the protein that I was packing in my body, I ate more than grown men ate, was killing me. And I was so attached to my bodybuilding. Like, that was what gave me confidence. I finally had something that, I was good at, that I felt like, I had down pat. And I did not want to give that up, because for the first time in my life, I felt like, I had something that I was doing special for me. So after watching the documentary, I had made up in my mind I was done with meat. Meat was off the table for me because the taste was taken from me immediately. As a matter of fact, meat and eggs were just taken from me. So I contacted my coach about a week after I stopped immediately everything. I stopped my meal preps. I stopped eating eggs, dairy, fish, all of it. I just stopped and I started intaking fruits and vegetables and trying my best to get enough calories just on my own. Want to say hey?
Hey.
Okay.
I got a Q-tip here.
Sorry, guys. But yes, so I got to figure out where I was at. Oh, I stopped everything. I stopped, eating meat, eating dairy, eggs, everything had to go because I was convinced this documentary, it resonated with me. It was like God sent that this what was this what was this was what was wrong with me. So about a week or two, I'll say 2 weeks, every symptom I had going on in my body cleared up immediately after I gave up all of the dairy, all of the protein powders, all of the meat products, all the eggs, all the fish, the eczema that covered my full torso. I wish I still had those pictures. I was so ashamed. I took pictures of it, but I was so ashamed and I was so traumatized during that time in my life that I got rid of all those pictures. But it immediately cleared up. The hemorrhoids went away. The constipation went away. I was using the bathroom 2 to 3 times a day. And I was like, oh my God, this is working. Like, this works. I'm so happy. And I was so happy to tell my coach, because I had complained to my coach about some things that were going on. And he was just like, oh, take Beano and dandelion root tea. And he was giving me some things to do, but nothing was helping. So I was excited to tell him that I had found a remedy, and if he could coach me on a vegan or a plant-based diet so I can continue my prep and go on to my next show. And so I contacted him, I asked him, and he said no. And I was devastated. I was like, man, I really want to do this, but I really don't want to die either. And I don't want to die more than I want to be a bikini competitor or a figure competitor. I don't want to die. I have my kids that, need me, and I'm too young. Like, why go out like that? So I made up in my mind that he was fired. I had to fire him. I stopped paying him. I told him that I had to take my health in my own hands, that what I was doing was working and I was going to continue with it. And that was in 2017. And when I tell you, I had no awareness of this lifestyle before 2017. No awareness whatsoever. If someone had told me 2016 when I was prepping for my show, bikini competitor, that I was going to be a vegan, I would have told them, you're lying. First of all, what is that? Second of all, no, you're lying. I'm a bodybuilder. Like, no, I have to have protein. So fast forward to today. This was the first thing in my life that I have stuck with and actually evolved in, other than being a mom and, the normal things in life. I mean, I'm talking about something that's just for me, that I have stuck with and that I've evolved with, I've grown with, and it has made me a better person, a better mother, a better wife, a better friend, a better co-worker. It has made me so empathetic to others and to the things that go around, that are going on in the world, especially when it is linked to sickness and death because of what people are putting in their bodies and what people are allowing their mindset to create. This lifestyle has helped me to go within myself and heal some deep-seated traumas that stem from childhood. I don't know how this lifestyle has provided me this healing and this evolution, but it has definitely done that. I would not sit here on camera and lie to you if it hadn't. It has changed me in so many ways, beautiful ways. I would love for everybody to be on this path because I feel like it would make the world a better place to be in. I'm much more kinder to others, and most of all to myself. I wasn't very kind to myself prior to this lifestyle. I was very judgmental to myself. I was very lack-minded. I didn't think that I deserved anything. I was always working 2 and 3 jobs, because I thought that was the only way to be successful, is to just work. If you didn't work, you were lazy. And that was just because that was what was instilled in me. But this lifestyle has made me more softer. It has made me more loving and kind to others, to myself, to the planet. And I'm blown away. I've seriously blown away on what this lifestyle has provided. I wrote down some things to talk about because I didn't want to get off task, and I feel like that's where I'm going. So I'm going to look down at my paper to just see anything that sticks out. Yeah. So yeah, that's pretty much what led me to this lifestyle, is, me feeling like I was going to leave my children behind. And I knew that it was up to me. But I can definitely say, without a shadow of a doubt, that my lifestyle was definitely a calling on my life. I was definitely chosen for this lifestyle. I haven't been perfect on this lifestyle. I can tell you that. Even after going vegan in 2017, as I said in my last video, I got off course, started eating a lot of vegan junk food, gained a lot of weight, and spiraled. I just spiraled back because I started experiencing some more symptoms that were in my previous diet. I had started experiencing some symptoms as a junk food vegan. And those symptoms were not as severe, but I wouldn't go to the bathroom daily. Acne, was popping up here and there. I would have eczema breakouts here and there. They weren't as aggressive, but I noticed when I was heavy into eating junk food, particularly those French fries that I ate, I would break out and I wouldn't feel good. I would have low energy. And so I know that it wasn't just meat. It was just a lot of it was just eating processed food. Period. Processed food in itself is, it's death food. It's not alive. It has no nutrient value to give to you. So essentially, you get nothing but bad side effects from it. And so that's where it got me. And I had to end up hiring a coach in 2021. In 2021, yes, I hired a coach, a plant-based coach, after gaining all of the weight and getting so disgusted with myself and so discouraged and so defeated. Because mind you, I was coming from a bodybuilding arena, looking my best, looking great, to looking like, I don't know. I don't know what to call it. It wasn't a good feeling. So this plant-based coach, she taught me how to eat whole foods. She taught me, how to get my body back right and lose the weight properly and not by dieting like I ate, just like I was eating when I was doing my bodybuilding, but it was whole food and it was plants. And she put me on a workout regimen. And so I went to the gym every day and I felt like I was back in my old grind again. So it was very familiar. It felt good. And I was like, okay, so I'm really starting to get back into what I love, which is, working out and eating healthy, but I'm just doing it in a different way. And I wasn't getting ready for a show, of course. So the pressure wasn't on me as much as it was when I was bodybuilding. However, I would have loved to have started competing again during that time, because I was ready. I was on fire to lose that weight, and I know that that would have been a challenge for me, and I love challenges. So yeah, so I lost the weight in 2021. I think it took me about, I'll say, 4 to 6 months to get down to, I was 165, pushing almost 170. I remember the day I got on the scale and it said overweight. The scale talked. It said overweight. It's one of those scales you hook up to your phone and it makes a little noise depending on where you fall. Overweight, obese, whatever. And mine was overweight and my heart just dropped. I was so defeated. It just dropped. But it motivated me because I knew I did not want to feel that way. I didn't want to look that way. And it was meant for me to go through that. It was meant for me to go through that trauma and those trials in order for me to sit here today and speak about how great the plant-based lifestyle is. Because I wouldn't have nothing good to say if I stayed on that path, because I've definitely gained a lot of weight and it took my confidence. No, sorry. But yeah, so I lost the weight. I got down to 125, which is like my ideal weight. That's the weight that I like to. Hold on, you guys. Okay, sorry. But yeah, 125 is my goal weight, my ideal weight. That's the weight that I feel comfortable at. Right now I'm a little under 125, but that's okay. I'm like 122, 123 on a good day. But as long as I'm not over 125 and I'm not under 120, I'm good. So I fluctuate. I fluctuate between 122 and 125. 125 is when I'm really like eating more cooked foods and maybe more oils than I should, which I'm trying to wean myself off of cooking with oils, period, because it has no nutritional value cooking with oil. So, but that's a part of my journey. That's something I'm still working on, and I'm gonna eventually let that go. I don't eat that much cooked food anymore anyways. I eat predominantly raw, and I have cooked food here and there. Maybe when I have a craving for something, I'll just eat a cooked meal instead of going to get potato chips. And that's just kind of like what I call a cheat for me. But my main goal is to be all raw because I feel my best at being all raw. So enough about me. You know my story. You know what led me to this lifestyle and how this lifestyle called me and how this is my purpose. This is my love. I love the health arena. I love healthy living. I love holistic healing. I am a geek when it comes to learning about herbs and how they work with the body. I'm a geek when it comes to learning about how to evolve and grow and heal. Like I love that holistic health, just everything about it. That's my stuff. I geek out on that stuff. So that's what my channel is about if you are new to my channel. And I'll be sharing a lot of my plant-based living, a lot of my holistic living, because I just believe in living a basic life with free of chemicals, free of all the processed foods, and free of all the distractions on the planet that keep us from really tapping into the true selves that is screaming to come out and play and be motivated and be on fire for life. I just believe that, you know, everybody has a purpose and everybody is here to serve their purpose. And my purpose is to serve other people by sharing and inspiring my plant-based lifestyle, my holistic lifestyle, and that's what I love. So your purpose is what you love. What do you love to do? That's your purpose. And there's room for everybody on this planet to have in endless abundance. Everybody can eat on this planet 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 times. But you really have to know what it is that you are here to do on this earth. And you have to just go with that. Even if it's something as simple as crocheting, making tablecloths, art of crochet, I don't know, placemats. That could be your love. Make a living out of that. Do what you love. So, yeah, I hope this video makes sense because I just feel like I was rambling all over the place. But I did want to let you guys know how I got here and what led me to this lifestyle. And I'm so excited. I'm so excited to finally be sharing it. It's been a long time. I've watched on the sidelines for years. Other people share their story and other people share, you know, their love for the plant-based lifestyle and what they eat. And I've just watched from afar, and I'm just so excited to be here and be able to actually be a part of the mission. So I hope that my story resonates with someone and that you find it informational and you find it, I don't know, helpful for you in your journey and where you're going, even if it's not a plant-based lifestyle, whatever it may be. I hope that you answer your calling to where God has called you. And so I'm going to end it there, and I will see you guys on the next episode. No, what do I want to say? I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.